What is going on Twitter? Oh, there was stuff going on today because I was like, oh, maybe we'll do a current events portion on the podcast.
I mean, it's a 10-minute
God,
episode, so it would be so hard not to. Wet with boys in parentheses.
I kind of like that. That's some good branding.
I like wet. If we can take...
You don't want the boys.
No, I want both.
No, I think the podcast would be wet, and we would be
We're the wet boys.
Right.
Right?
Nice.
Remembering
What?
that...
Are there wet boys?
There's like... I feel like I just saw a podcast come out that was like the blank boys.
There's a lot of boys.
There are boys. Plenty.
True.
Boys aplenty.
There's the Bodega Boys.
Nobody invented boy. That's Daisy Samaro, right?
Yeah. I guess they're not officially called that.
So why don't we make it official for us?
Yeah, we could call us ourselves
ring
the
on it.
Bodega Boys.
Oh.
We could be the new one.
Do that in LA.
Yeah. We'd be Puerto Rican themed podcast about SpongeBob. That would be so good. Yeah. So do we have any thoughts on SpongeBob, the community at large, that we need to say before we dive fucking headfirst into this episode?
You mean just like about what we...
My name is
about the
Eddie, by the
show?
way.
Oh, yeah. I guess
Yeah.
I didn't do that part.
We don't have to every time, but I figured since this is the
Yeah,
first
inaugural
episode.
You go ahead and...
I'm Eddie.
I'm Matthew.
Dom.
Nice.
And we are
The Wet
the
Boys.
Wet Boys.
Wet Boys.
That feels good, dude.
Wet boys.
That feels powerful.
Coming
as
to your
hell.
town. Gonna make it sopping wet.
Wet boys showing up, dripping.
Aggressively wet.
You don't
We're
know what kind
underwater.
of liquid it is. Wet doesn't imply water necessarily, right?
This is like a dumb weed argument, I think.
What?
Are things underwater wet? Is
Oh,
what-
yeah. That I was just like,
Like-
you're still wet if you're covered in gravy, right?
Oh, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
think
just
you are.
wet.
I think you're.
You're gravy wet.
Does it have to be water for you to be wet?
Yeah, you're
I don't
drenched
think that's
in
ever
gravy.
the argument, right?
You're drenched.
You're sopping drenched in
But-
gravy.
So you wouldn't be wet.
No, you'd be wet.
Oh wait. Oh.
I think you're wet if you have gravy on you.
I think you're wet if there's a liquid.
If there's a
but-
liquid on you, yeah.
Yeah. If you're. Excuse me.
If they're
Start thinking about gravy. I just can't. I feel like you just look
I'm not
for
even
wet.
fucking with you guys. I think Kendrick Lamar was in an episode of SpongeBob. Like in one of the newer episodes.
Really?
Yeah, because they started doing like celebrity.
well, do you remember when they did David Bowie in
Yeah.
Atlantis Square Pantis? He was
Yeah,
Lord
I
Royal
do.
Highness LRH.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Lord Royal Highness LRH.
He was in a live action one.
But he was in Atlantis
No,
Square
He was in
Pantis.
both of them?
Live
Yeah.
action. Are you thinking of Hasselhoff?
That's Hasselhoff.
Wait,
right?
what did you say?
David Bowie.
Fuck. Yeah, my bad.
David
I've
Bowie.
always mixed up
Royal
the
Highness.
David Bowie and David Hasselhoff. Yeah.
Both icons.
They're so similar, and Germans love them.
Yeah. Wait, which one is German?
Neither. I think just Germans love Knight Rider and David Hasselhoff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They do.
And he's got like a musical career too. He does music, and Germans love his music.
Really?
David Bowie
Yeah.
has a music career.
Well, yeah.
Somewhat of one,
Nice.
yeah. he attempted.
Nice.
How about this episode though? Crabborg?
It's a imitation crab.
Imitation crab.
Yeah,
That's
I guess
good.
let's just dive right
That's
into
so
it.
clever, the writers of SpongeBob.
This is the second season of SpongeBob, I think.
Arguably the best,
Really?
I'd think.
Is that what IMDb says?
No, that's
Or is
just
that
what
what
I
the
says. That's what
SpongeBob-
IMDb says. I'm not plugged into the SpongeBob community as much as I should be.
No, we should probably start checking in.
I guess so.
What's going on? Am I
Let's
bleeding?
dive into the message boards.
Bleeding a little bit.
Oh God.
I just never... I feel like I've never been rewarded for seeking out a message board, you know?
What do you mean?
Just never been on a message board. Maybe there's exceptions. The most time, if I stumble upon a message board, I'm not like, oh, I'm glad this happened. I feel better because of this.
Have you ever been in like an active member of one?
No.
I feel like that's a red flag, right?
No.
I guess depending on your message board. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't want to out myself, but I'm pretty active on the r/Greyhound subreddit.
Oh, well, that's
Ooh.
Yeah.
that's understandable.
Shout out lasagna.
Yeah.
Where's he at? Lasagna, come say hey.
He's got bigger fish to fry right now.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Great SpongeBob reference.
But that's
Hey.
a place to be. Like you're getting information from the community.
Yeah, but that's what forums are like. There are tons of forums out. There's woodworking forums. There's
Totally right. Yeah.
there's gardening forums. I mean, dude, you can learn so much goddamn shit if you go on Reddit.
That's true.
I don't really do that anymore though. Just sometimes get some Greyhound facts. Anyway, the fucking SpongeBob episode. I think fucking. I think they're underwater.
That's a
great start.
Underwater.
I think it is Sponge. Does it start with him counting his money, or is that
SpongeBob
just,
is counting his money.
no, Mr. Krabs, right?
Mr. Krabs is counting.
I don't know.
His money.
Yeah,
They
he's like,
listen to
I
the
like
radio?
money. He's singing to the radio, and then it's like the new song, Electric Zoo. And then, of course, beep, beep, boop, bop, boop, bop.
That was a different episode.
What?
Oh
Yeah.
no!
Did
You
we
guys
watch the wrong
We watched
episode?
the wrong episode.
Wait, did you watch? Which episode did you guys
We
watch?
watched that one.
Crabborg?
Crabborg?
Yeah.
I watched Imitation Crabs.
Oh,
This is a disaster.
where there's the actual robot.
Yeah.
Where they put the penny slot in him? I can
Okay,
speak to
that-
memory for that one.
Yeah. Let's see. So this is the one that I mean, you guys can talk about which one you watched if you want.
You go first.
All right. Well, the one I watched was Plankton. It's one of the classic Plankton sods.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's ravioli. Give me the formioli.
Just wait.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Spoiler alert.
no,
Sorry,
it just
guys.
so Plankton is trying to get the Krabby Patty secret formula
Yep.
again. It's all he.
does.
It's all he wants. It's all he
Sisyphus.
cares about. And I think it starts. He comes in as like a sea pickle. He's like in the sea pickle.
What does he
like-
do to disguise himself?
It's a robot sea pickle. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
But he's doing like it's always like he's just doing the Plankton voice when he's in front of him. So I don't know why they never like recognize it. Or SpongeBob is stupid. I mean, I guess
SpongeBob is stupid.
that's the grounded reality that
But-
everyone understands.
If the reality is he's in a believable disguise,
Yeah.
if someone you knew
Mhm.
walked up in a disguise that was like a real life believable, like in reality looked like a different person or robot, but you believed it was a robot, do you think you'd recognize immediately the voice?
That's interesting. I
Probably
was
not.
thinking about that too. Like if I saw a clone of you, and it was a clone Dom,
Yeah.
and he called himself Dom, but he had like someone else's voice. I don't know what I would do. I would probably just assume you were having a weird day or something,
Yeah.
or you were trying out a different voice.
I'll try them out.
Yeah.
I like a low. My throat gets hoarse, and I'll kind of mix it up.
I mean, how would you really know if someone wasn't a clone?
Like if they were exactly the same?
They have
Yeah.
to know a fact about you.
That's always a creepy
that's
question.
classic move. You know,
Yeah.
the clone's got to make gunpoint. It's like, tell me something only I would know.
Yeah.
And then you-
So he's in the pickle costume,
Mhm.
and he walks up to SpongeBob, who's behind the counter for some reason. That's not his normal.
cash
spot.
register?
Yeah, he's at the cash
that is
register.
not as
That's like against union rules.
Yeah, but then so instead of like
OSHA violation.
instead of like starting off by like gaining some credibility, he's like, "What is the Krabby Patty secret
Just
formula?"
straight out asked
Yeah,
him.
he doesn't do anything.
He went to
doesn't
all
try
the
to
trouble
buy
of a
one.
disguise.
He could have just bought a fucking sandwich, but he was like, "Please tell me what's in. Tell me how you made this
Hey
sandwich."
friend, what's the Krabby Patty secret formula?
He'll tell this stranger
Yeah.
the formula. He won't tell me. But if I put on this disguise,
It's ridiculous. And then, but immediately after SpongeBob, like, doesn't tell him, he folds. He like the suit explodes, and he comes out and he's like, he wants to punch SpongeBob.
does anything make it explode, or it's just like failure?
His anger,
Oh.
his anger like explodes the head, if I remember correctly.
Damn.
And he's like, "Dude, you gotta tell me this right now, or else I'm gonna freak out at you."
Fucking
Yeah, this is bad. But then immediately Mr. Krabs comes out and he's like, "I knew it. I knew this was you."
He's not even watching it happen.
Yeah,
He's like, I could feel it.
yeah. And he like does the thing where he like I think he
Is it the straw?
yeah he grabs
Yes.
a straw and then he spits him out, and then as Plankton flies across into the chum bucket, which is just across what
yeah. No, I'm
yeah
pointing out.
he
he say the
he
quote?
screams, I went to college."
Yes.
Yeah.
I went to college.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, which I guess is kind of implying that
Somehow he's
he
better than them.
deserves- He deserves.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that message.
I think it's
That's-
just funny making fun of plankton.
Maybe that's why Mr. Krabs is so anal about money.
For sure.
It's not Mr. Krabs' fault. It's the systems.
Yeah,
For the
it's
student loans, Joe.
But also,
All of this would be Plankton could have the secret formula. It'd be a nice world.
it's making fun of college education too, because if he owns his own failing restaurant business, fast food business,
I think
and he
they're
went to
doing pretty
college, no, Plankton's not doing well.
No, Plankton.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm saying like I went to college. It's like, yeah, look how that helped you.
I the whole time was thinking Mr. Krabs went to
Oh
college.
no,
it's unclear whether or not he went to college. I think.
Mr. Krabs.
Yeah,
It
but
was never a formal sit down.
yeah, I don't think he did because I think he started like a smaller thing.
He was in the Navy. He was like a
Briefly.
Navy cook.
Oh no, he went to college then.
Yeah. Well, he would have gone for free.
Yeah.
True. Well, we don't know underwater rules.
Yeah,
How
what
do you
is
join
a
the Navy underwater? Is that just the army?
True.
Yeah.
What?
That's so fucked up.
That's their Air Force would be really important then.
It would be
That's their
air and sea.
land.
No.
I don't know. We're talking about the SpongeBob.
In the
military.
SpongeBob canon, they're military.
I'll get to this actually, but
Please.
it is important, I guess, to realize that the fucking proletariats clashing these college educated people against these non-college educated
It needs
people.
to be pointed out.
And it's like, why aren't you railing against the system, guys?
Truly.
We should not be fighting each other.
Yes.
Divided we fall.
Yeah. No, they should work together and ask for, better healthcare.
We don't know well, we do know the government, the system of government.
It's King Neptune.
King Neptune.
King Neptune.
It's
So it's a monarchy.
monarchy.
Yeah, exactly. Probably not very keen to listen to his constituents.
Probably not. I mean, we've seen him in the movie.
Kind of
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. but
True.
still.
We will get to that.
Probably like the 100th episode.
Anyway, I think after that, they just it cuts to, for some reason they're like arguing about like work, and Squidward was like, why do something to, he gets all philosophy. Do you remember this? He's like, why do today's work?
Oh, what is today but yesterday's tomorrow, Mr. Squidward?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's
And
like,
then
I'll do
he-
it tomorrow.
But then Mr. Krabs hits him with, what is today but yesterday's tomorrow? Yeah.
It's just Mr. Krabs just drops like a beautiful bar.
I still don't get it. I mean, I still don't really understand what he means, but
If not now, when?
Yeah, it'll always be tomorrow.
not when. Oh, so he's saying like you should do work.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so he puts him to work, and he's like, go in the back, and you need to itemize everything in the
Count
bag.
the lettuce?
Oh
Just
my
count the lettuce,
God.
basically.
You ever had to take inventory? Have you ever worked at a job where you got to
Oh,
take
yeah.
inventory? It's miserable.
You know what's weird? I feel like I've been to jobs where I should have been doing that, but I worked at a pizza place where that would have been really helpful to know. But maybe that someone else was doing it.
It's just, or just bad management.
Yeah,
Should have been you.
I guess.
Could have
been
counted
you.
all of every slice of pepperoni.
I'm sure someone.
Count the pep.
Yeah. Did you work at a pizza place?
It's because I'm Italian.
Oh, did you?
It is because you're Italian.
Yeah.
Wow. No, I didn't. I worked at a breakfast restaurant, but I'd take inventory when I worked at like a hospital.
You worked at a breakfast restaurant?
Hospital?
I did. Yes to both. I worked at like a pancake house.
I don't
Was
feel like
it-
I knew this. I think I knew you worked at a restaurant, but Pancake House is
Yeah. It was the original pancake house.
adding layers.
The original Pancake House in Chicago.
Or ever.
Yeah.
That place is delicious.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
I love they were really nice people.
Is that the name? The original Pancake House?
Yeah. And there's
Oh,
a couple
okay.
locations. I worked at the Oak Lawn one.
I've never been.
Shout out
I don't think I went there.
everybody at the Oak Lawn.
The original Pancake
Love
House.
them.
Dude, they're about to explode because of this.
Because of the Wet Boys.
Yeah, because of Wet Boys.
In this moment, we're wet with syrup.
Hell
The
yeah.
IPO.
Yeah.
You're going insane. Wet Boys Clout.
Did you ever work in a restaurant?
I did.
What
I
did you-
worked at.
You were a waiter.
He worked
I
at
was.
Hooters.
Is a
Hell
show?
Yeah.
I mean, I think I have a little SpongeBob flair to me. Beef Wellington, fork on the left.
Oh, you worked at a
No.
high end restaurant.
No, it was like a breakfast and lunch restaurant that was called a coffee shop. So it confused a lot of people coming in that
I
they
would
didn't
be
know it was a full restaurant.
Pissed.
Yeah, it's the oldest restaurant in North Carolina, Carolina Coffee Shop. Shout out.
They would still have food.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be like you're pissed.
I would
because
be
they don't have
mad-
coffee for you. You're like, this is too many things.
Yeah, I would be mad because I'd go in with like the expectation of just getting coffee and maybe a muffin.
But the funny
if
thing
I'm-
is, you could.
yeah.
I don't think there were
But
muffins.
you'd just be mad that there were other options.
Well, yeah, because you go into a coffee shop is a place where you get coffee and a muffin or a bagel or maybe croissant.
Yeah, exactly. You get a Danish if you're lucky.
But then suddenly you have to smell all this other shit that people are eating.
Smells are the problem.
Yeah, well, because also you can't really bring a laptop into a computer where people are eating eggs. You know,
That is a bit.
People did. Yeah.
oh my god, dude!
And well,
what a
'cause
disaster!
you could get a booth for yourself before the pandemic, and if it was a mildly busy hour, like people would come in and work all day. It was
It was because
very
as
cool
someone who
vibe.
didn't work there, or just maybe just having been there and
I don't
having a
like the
different
sound of that
opinion,
at all.
I didn't like it. I think
You didn't like it?
because you're right though. Like it's
Oh.
a vibe. Like a coffee shop is this like workspace. You're gonna meet there.
I'm gonna put my headphones on.
Yeah, or like you're having a business meeting,
Yeah,
but it's different. Like let's
For
go
sure.
have a meal.
but it was
I get
both.
that.
People did both.
Mhm.
I thought it worked. I
People did
started
both?
working there because I liked the
It was
restaurant
awesome.
so much.
It was
Yeah.
like it was probably my favorite breakfast place in Chapel Hill.
Yeah.
Damn. Well, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to.
No, it's okay.
speak ill
How
on it.
fucking dare you?
Oh, damn. All right,
Slander.
defend it, dude. I respect that.
So-
What's your favorite North Carolina place?
Cookout.
What's your favorite North Carolina university
Chapel Hill.
besides Chapel Hill? I mean, that's why I
Oh.
asked because
Oh.
there's like 19.
You need to
aren't there?
choose another.
There's NC State.
Does it have to be a state school? A&T.
What about
'Cause
Elon?
that's where,
Elon Musk University.
What is that real?
No, I don't.
No, Elon.
Elon.
Oh,
is real.
Elon?
Yeah. A&T would be my favorite.
Elon's really
'cause That's
nice.
where
It's just
Tariq Cohen went on the Bears.
Nice.
I would
Not
say
even on the Bears anymore.
UNC Asheville, just because I like Asheville.
Asheville.
Yeah, why not?
Nice.
I don't know. I don't have strong opinions, sadly.
What about how would
this
this
one.
Asheville?
Oh, holy shit.
See that?
Citizen numero uno right here.
Getting pretty wet.
The wet boys.
The wet boys.
You never know what you're going to hear.
Come on down to Asheville.
9/11.
What we need is what they call. Well, I can do it for now because we don't have like.
You can do this. Doesn't really make any
What was
sense.
the blue one?
The blue one?
Top right one?
Straight up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the one I wanted.
Wet boys.
There you go.
Straight up.
So he was taking inventory for all the food, and I think Mr. Krabs leaves because you wouldn't just watch him do that, you know.
No.
And
I wouldn't, I guess.
no, and he's like starting to take inventory, and then suddenly out of nowhere, Mr. Imitation Krabs is there, and it's weird because like the fake robot Sea Pickle was way better of a disguise, you know.
You can see the nuts and bolts of this
You can
one.
see the nuts and bolts of the Mr.
Really
Krabs.
overcomplicated
Wait,
things.
was he hiding in the storeroom? Just
He was
back
hiding in
there,
the
stock
storeroom.
room? Okay.
He was there, who knows for how long.
And
I mean,
this
and-
was like 15 minutes after Plankton got kicked out.
Yeah.
So is this his like backup robot, or like did he make it that fast?
I mean, there's a couple
He went
issues
to
here.
college.
You're right.
I mean, if Mr. Krabs really wanted to get rid of this, he would have fucking killed
Small, you can
Plankton.
step on him.
I know, but he just sent him back to where he came from instead of like
Forgiveness.
He likes having an adversary.
that might be it.
The
Must be
thrill of the fight.
challenged.
But he came back in a Mr. Krabs costume, which like
Ultimate slap in the face.
yeah, and here's one thing I was trying to figure out. Like, is the only way to make money in like Bikini Bottom just to sell food?
It's the fast food
The
business.
fast food
Dude,
business?
you could sell anything.
I know.
else.
Well, no, I mean he's smart enough to build robots. He could sell robots or
Sell
weapons.
pants. You know, if you're smart enough to be an entrepreneur,
He's an engineer.
Sell
He
chocolate.
He can program. I mean,
open up a Radio Shack.
he could
you
do
know?
a lot of different things.
Whoa, wait a minute. Plankton has a computer wife, right?
Yeah.
He could just make Bikini Bottom the world of her. Like just
Oh.
yeah. He's
Yeah.
got so much potential in so many
He
directions.
just tries to steal a sandwich. Right?
Yeah, but instead he's trying to compete with
a crab.
like what I understand is like the Five Guys.
Yeah, that's a like.
in
What
Bikini
is
Bottom.
the real world? What tier are we putting it on?
I think they're pretty good. I think they're considered like decent.
Yeah, I think
They're a
that's-
little
I think
greasy, but
Five
really
Guys
good.
is
They're
good.
and they're
Yeah.
expensive from what I understand.
Exactly.
Because he raises his prices, right?
Constantly.
They don't have the peanuts,
Mhm.
which I love at Five Guys.
Yeah.
Really
And
good.
to get all the fucking nerds out, you know, peanut allergy kids.
Yeah, the kids who can't handle peanut
Eat
allergy.
outside, bitch.
Oh, God.
You should have
Wow.
grown out of that shit like an adult.
Dude, I love podcasting, Dom. He's so angry.
Podcasting Dom has a
He's such
lot
a
of
bully,
opinions.
I
dude.
gotta have some serious opinions.
He's a bully.
Fuck people with allergies, dude. Hell yeah.
Nerds, dude. I don't make the
Straight
rules.
up.
Yeah, sorry.
Straight up.
All right. Hold on, I got it.
It's like iCarly. You just have like the remote with the noises.
So he's in a Mr. Krabs costume.
Yeah, so he made this whole elaborate costume, and his voice is it's not Plankton anymore. It's just like he's just doing the Plankton voice in a robot way. So he's like, I am Plankton, or I'm Mr. Krabs.
Is it? Can you tell if it's the same voice actor of Plankton?
It is for sure.
Okay, so he's now it's his voice. He's just doing a voice.
Yes, and he tells Squidward to go home, which is his first step in getting the Krabby Patty secret formula.
Get the one person with a brain on their shoulders.
Yeah,
To leave.
but Squidward, he's like, he notices. He's like, you're not Mr. Krabs.
He doesn't just take the day off.
No, so he
Not very Squidward
no he
of him.
comes
Not
in.
very Squidward of
He
him.
comes in and he's like, "You're not Mr. Krabs," and he's like, "Take the day off," and he's like, "You are Mr. Krabs."
Oh, that's pretty Squidward.
That's funny.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's pretty
honestly,
Squidward.
relatable.
God, they know what they're doing.
Squiddy, my boy.
So he went home and he's like, "Goodbye, Mr. Krabs," quote unquote. SpongeBob comes out of nowhere,
Bad out of hell.
and he's like,
Sponge out of hell.
"What is he?" Oh, this is now I'm getting fucked up. What happened? He, I think he does the same thing.
Well, he's probably gonna ask him for the formula.
I think
right?
he goes straight for it again. He's like, "I'm Mr. Krabs. What's the Krabby Patty secret formula?" And he's like, I can't just like, you got to do the secret handshake." And he's like, "For sure." And then he extends his arm, and then it does the montage of like doing all the crazy carnival tricks.
Oh damn!
And then
One limber robot.
yeah, and it's like it's clearly very, very annoying for him because he's like sweating in the robot.
Because he's having to run back and forth to all the levers and
Yes.
stuff. Oh my god, I remember this episode pretty well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And eventually he's like, "Fucking tell me." This is,
Eventually, he pulls out a gun.
yeah, and he's like, "I can't tell you because I have to write it down, and it's stupid." He has to show it to him. But now I remember the way he gets Mr. Krabs out of his skin is he throws the penny. He throws the penny outside of it rolls outside of
Krusty Krab.
Krusty Krab, and he just chases it.
Brilliant.
But eventually, as fake Mr. Imitation Krabs comes back and he's like, "Thank you for the Krabby Patty secret formula," the coin circles back, comes into the Krusty Krab, and he's like, "SpongeBob, what are you doing?"
Real Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, and suddenly it's the clone scenario.
Oh,
Yes.
I remember this now.
Yeah, and he's like, "I don't know which one of you is the right Mr. Krabs."
idiot.
Yeah, which is stupid because, again, as we just observed, there's clearly nuts and bolts in robot Mr.
Maybe
Krabs.
that's like a fish thing. Like fish are blind to.
Sponges aren't fish, though. It's like an object.
Oh, well, that's probably bad eyes.
True.
It's an animal though, right?
Sponges are an animal.
What kind of animal? What's a
sea
kingdom,
sponge
phylum,
is a.
class
it's
order,
kind of like a coral, right?
family, genus, species?
Is it?
It's a coral.
I'll look it up. Yeah.
Is it? I don't
maybe.
know. It might not be.
Is it closer to a human or like a rock?
Classification.
Well, it's. I
it's
think
a living
alive,
organism.
So I guess it's where you would establish that line.
Are rocks not alive?
Well,
This is a real question.
No,
that's more of a spiritual
I
question.
want to
feel
say
like.
no because they don't have like.
They don't have
living-
consciousness.
They don't have like cells that are. No, they do.
I feel stupid.
I do too.
The phylum is Porifera, which sounds like porous. I'm gonna find out more. Give me a second.
Rocks are not alive because alive is homeostasis, right?
What does that mean?
Like if you're like trying to if your body tries to keep itself alive, like
Yeah.
homeostasis is like the human body is trying to return to it.
Yeah, it's return.
I don't know if that's like the baseline.
Hmm.
That's a Google too. What is being alive?
They are in the they are in the animal kingdom. The sponge.
That's pretty cool.
The phylum Porifera.
I do like that.
They have several classes.
Well, either way,
It doesn't matter, yeah.
he's having a hard time figuring out which one is the right fucking Mr. Krabs. So he pulls out the gun, like the tartar sauce gun.
Yes, the
Like,
hose.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill the wrong one. And he decides incorrectly that the real Mr. Krabs is fake, and he shoots him with the tartar sauce, condemning him to a life of being attacked by like this hand.
Oh, Hans. Hans with the fork?
Yeah. And it's fucked up.
It's a life sentence.
Yeah. And he's like, dude, I knew it was you. To the fake Mr. Krabs. I knew it the entire time. And he for some reason he sticks a penny inside of his belt buckle. Like a weird move.
Kind
Do
of
that
weird.
to Mr. Krabs normally?
I guess. Here's
Here's
the penny.
Trouble.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I found a penny. But then even if he did find a penny, you wouldn't like you press it against like it's like
Here you go.
You know how you know you're my friend? When I put a penny in your belt buckle.
Yeah.
Slide it in there.
It's like the Ass Crack Bandit. Shout out community.
Yeah.
Classic Wet Boys move.
Classic. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what their relationship is. But he put it inside of him. It like I guess there's like some self-destruct penny mode in the robot.
Yep.
That you learn about at that moment, and it becomes apparent that Plankton is pulling a fast one on everyone, which is
Rascal.
yeah, and for the most part, Plankton deserved to win that war because of how fucking stupid SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs were the entire time.
Agree.
Because also, when SpongeBob was asking the questions to decide which one was the real, like Mr. Krabs was striking out the entire time. He was like, "How much does a Krabby Patty cost?" And he couldn't answer it. He was like, "Dude, you run this operation."
That's like his biggest concern.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, this is Eddie, guys. If you've made it this far into the podcast, you've made it to the most important, biggest and most important part of the podcast, which is where we humbly ask you to please like and subscribe to the podcast. And honestly, if you don't, I promise we will stop doing it, because the only reason we're doing this is to grow our brand, our enormous brand, and our audience, and to make hundreds of millions of dollars. You know, because what else? What other option do we have? Most people at this point would have a good amount saved up in high interest bearing savings accounts, but we wanted to talk about SpongeBob because that's who we are. So please hit it. Thank you.
Oh god.
I want to hear about this other fucking episode.
Both of us watched inebriated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
This one was called Crabborg, if I'm not mistaken.
With the music.
Yeah. Electric Zoo. I'm not going to be correct with my order of events.
We can.
That I know.
I feel like we should do it together because I'm not going to be correct either. Like,
Let's do it. Let's go down this journey.
It's hazy.
We definitely watched it
last night, like not even 24 hours ago.
So, Mr. Krabs, right? Everybody's favorite penny pinching lovable boss. Sitting in his office, counting his money as he always does.
Yep.
Listening to a little bit of his radio.
Little pocket radio.
Little pocket radio. This man has got it going on. And the songs switch over as he finishes up counting to this like slightly dancey electronic song.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little dance.
EDM.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd give it
No,
a full
it's not
EDM.
EDM.
Kind of like a house.
More like
house
electro
track,
pop.
I'd
It's not house.
Was he looking?
You're right, not
was
on
he
bass.
looking for?
It's so aggressive. It's not house.
say. He works in EDM. You really gotta be careful around these guys.
I take things seriously.
Yeah, he popped a Molly in the episode actually.
It was crazy. So he hears it. He starts singing along. Beep boop bop, beep boop bop bop. And then
Well, and no, also SpongeBob the night before
Right.
watched a scary movie
oh right,
about robots
Oh.
taking over.
and it's a robot chasing a human man.
It's actually great. It's like a robot chasing like a real person on the screen.
And he's
Okay.
like, Gary, I'm gonna be able to sleep after this. Cut to he's in his bed shivering,
Right.
thinking
And he
about
It's like
this.
the Terminator. He's watching the Terminator.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
The robot is like a giant
cardboard box. Right?
cardboard box looking robot. It's pretty good. It's a good little visual gag.
It's
from
pretty
the good
funny.
folks over at SpongeBob. And then so he's spooked and he thinks everything's a robot in the kitchen. SpongeBob is in the kitchen. He sees the blender, and it's like, because he thinks it's a robot. It's just a blender.
I'm so glad you remember this part
Right?
because
I could just be
no,
making
you're
that
completely
up.
right. It's just coming back to me when you say it.
Right.
So SpongeBob's talking to Squidward, or no. SpongeBob is in everything's a robot mode. Walks by Mr. Krabs' office, and he sees him jamming out to the song.
Beep boop bop, beep boop bop.
Well, that's not yet because that's when he calls the guy.
Right,
God,
but he was
we're
singing
doing
along to it.
Horrible at this.
Was he doing the weird robot dances though, where his like eyes were like
Well, eventually,
fucking, like, flapping?
we're getting there.
Okay, my bad.
No, you're good. I love the enthusiasm. I mean,
Robot mode. Walks
in
by the
robo mode.
office.
Right.
Goes back. So SpongeBob sees like, whoa, he might be a robot, right?
for sure, he goes to Squidward,
Brings it to Squidward,
the source of reason,
Yeah.
and they talk.
for sure.
Is Squidward convinced he's a robot?
No, Squidward doesn't really believe it because he's like, a normal human being. Excuse me, a normal squid. And so then,
Well, he's not a normal squid.
well, he's anything but.
You can-
But then Mr. Krabs is like, shit, my favorite song. I want
No,
to
his
hear it.
radio goes out.
No, not yet. Because then he calls,
Right.
isn't it? He calls the radio station. Can you play that song again?
Yes, hello. I was wondering if you could play that song again.
Which one, man?
The one that goes bee boo boo bop boo boo beep.
No, man, you're thinking of beep boo boo bop boo boo bop.
It goes beep boop boop bop, beep boop bop.
Right.
And the radio guy's like, what?
And SpongeBob and Squidward are both outside the office.
Yes, because he's trying to prove to Squidward that he's a robot. And then they see him saying these beep boop bop noises, and somehow this convinces Squidward.
Then after he saw that,
Right.
he was
he's he's talking to his radio, and he's saying beep boop bop, beep boop.
But is
I've seen
Squidward
enough.
also like? I mean, he's convinced that he's a robot, but is he worried about that?
I think so.
Yeah. No, at this point,
Everyone understands robots is a bad thing.
yeah, robots
sure.
are bad.
Okay.
And then from there, you get. Sorry, I got a burp.
Are you okay?
Matthew
Boy,
is
this
on all fours.
This
freaking
high noon
out.
sun sip is full of bubbles.
Yeah, they are.
Don't say that. They're not going to sponsor us.
Yeah,
Good bubbles.
The right amount,
They're really
perfect
good.
amount of bubbles.
they didn't affect him. It was something
Exactly
else.
How many I need?
He's coughing up because of COVID, actually.
And then I don't quite remember the full order from here. All I remember is that his Mr. Squidward. No, is it Mr. Krabs? Mr. Squidward. Mr. Krabs is back in his office.
Yeah.
And he is listening to the radio more, and then the radio busts. And
It's so hot.
it just like there's a spring like boing,
And
the
they
button comes
show
out.
everything.
So and all the while Mr. Krabs is making a hard-boiled egg for some reason. Truly, he's just making a hard-boiled
Yeah, I guess
egg in
that's
his
like
office.
His snack for the day.
Yeah.
There are a lot of egg jokes in SpongeBob.
Are there?
Yeah, he's like Squilliam does the thing where he's like, and
Eats
Squidward
eggs.
sucks eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
eggs.
eggs are a funny
Squidward
food.
sucks
Eggs are, well, they are a
eggs.
funny food,
Are they? I guess they are.
especially whole eggs.
Yeah, no,
Like eating a
yeah, you
hard-boiled
convinced me.
egg.
You're right.
Like,
They are
it's-
funny.
It's kind of like scrambled eggs are fine.
Oh yeah. So then Mr. Krabs takes out the batteries because he doesn't want to lose. He's like, oh, my radio, but I don't want to lose any money on these batteries going to waste. So he puts them in his back pocket.
Oh,
And he goes, oh, my egg's ready. And he goes and he goes and grabs the eggs with these little pincher things, like the little thing to grab eggs, and he salts it.
Oh, and is Squidward not convinced at this point? Because there's the bit where he goes, the robots have. They list
Yeah.
off all the robots.
Oh yeah, he's like, okay, I hear you, SpongeBob. Mr. Krabs was just saying robot shit, but they have red eyes,
glowing red eyes,
pincers for hands, and some other shit. I don't know. And so then,
wait. So his argument that he's a robot is just that he's like he looks like a crab.
well, no, because it's like even more specific. Because like the pincers, yes, I hear that, but
that becomes kind of a part of it.
glowing red eyes, and then like SpongeBob.
Oh, he has red eyes because of water or something.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. Yeah, robots have red eyes, but Mr. Krabs doesn't. So like he's not a robot.
Squidward's still not convinced at this point.
Right.
He's still kind of being reasonable.
He's looking for signs.
He's like, yeah, there's like all these things that you can tell something's a robot. And it's like, I forget the third thing, but two of them are the eyes and the pincers. And he's using tongs to pick up the egg.
He's diagnosing him.
So Squidward says that, so he's still not fully convinced that Mr. Krabs is a robot.
Yeah.
Mr. Krabs is grabbing the egg. I think SpongeBob barges into the office.
No.
Something
It's-
startles him.
I'm pretty sure he's salting the egg. He's already picked it up. And SpongeBob, struck by inspiration, like, I need to prove this to Squidward, screams, Mr. Krabs! And he drops/throws the salt accidentally, startled, and into his own eyes.
Yeah.
And his eyes are like burning, glowing, bright red.
Rendering them red.
And he runs out of the office with
He's holding
pincers in hand.
It's funny because, like you're saying, he's holding tongs, but it's like
With
they were
pincers.
already pincers.
And screaming.
Overkill.
And they're like, holy shit, angry robot.
That's very funny.
And then what happens from there? There was like a joke in this episode that I thought was really, really funny.
Oh, how does it even
Something
end?
about insurance or something. I don't know.
Why? But what is like? What I want to know, like, what is he gonna do if he finds that? Like, is the implication like? Oh, so if he is a robot, we have to kill him?
Yeah, I guess so. Robots are evil. Yeah.
We have to throw tartar sauce on him.
Jesus.
Wait. Okay. How does our episode end though?
Is it? Wait, but how did your episode end?
We haven't. Okay.
They killed him. They killed.
They succeed.
Oh, they tie him up and put an apple in his mouth.
They tie him up with an apple in his
yeah,
mouth,
they gag him basically,
Yes,
and they start.
yes.
Oh, because they're interrogating him,
Yeah.
and then they go, "You have to ask him a question first," and then they slap.
Oh, yeah,
SpongeBob slaps Mr. Krabs, and Squidward goes, "You have to ask him a question first,
Right.
and then, or you have to ask him a question," and then SpongeBob slaps him again and goes, "What color is my underwear?"
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of stuff involving not believing that Mr. Krabs is who he says he is.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of a common theme.
Kind of a crisis.
A lot of fake Mr. Krabs. in
That's
the world.
weird.
Everybody wants to be the champ.
How does it develop from there?
Well, they're interrogating.
So they don't.
him.
They're bullying him.
Basically,
They're
beating
trying
him.
to find
beating the shit out of
information.
him.
They take him to Guantanamo,
Yeah.
and
Well, they do some shitty. They slap him upside the face. They're like basically committing.
Don't
war
they,
crimes.
like-
Yeah, like it's against the Geneva Convention.
then they're
what
gonna
they
like
do.
smash his cash register or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Or do they
that's
do it?
They go. So they're like, if you won't, Mr. Krabs won't say anything, and they're like, well, if you won't talk, we'll see. Maybe your friends will talk. So they put like a blender on the counter. And they're like, you better talk, blender. We're gonna smash it, implying that it's a robot that could talk. And Mr. Krabs is like, no, don't smash
costs
that. Like
money.
it cost me money.
Yeah.
And there's a good gag there because they like smash a blender, smash, a toaster, and then there's a third thing, and he's
So
every
that
time
would
he's like,
just
"That was
upset-
$49.95." He's like, third time he's like, oh, that was actually a gift.
Oh. That's pretty good.
I like how this podcast is also just us saying their bits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
That
was
is
funny
good.
when they thought of that.
Yeah.
Where does it go from there?
They are about to
I
smash
don't
the
even
cash
understand,
register.
but that's stupid.
I don't even know what kind of information
they're
they're
bullying
getting.
his either robot or real things. But then, I mean, either way, he would be upset at that.
I think
so. What are they even getting to?
They're trying to get information, but I don't remember. It's probably an important question. Like, where's the
Beef.
Yeah.
where's the robot?
Where's the beef?
True.
Like, where's the robot?
Yeah.
Like, where's your headquarters or something? Oh, this is what it is. This is what it is.
Oh, thank God.
Um,
I couldn't get it.
Robots can't cry. Robots can't love. Like, they can't feel emotion. And the Mr. Krabs starts crying when they're about to hit the cash
one thing he
register.
loves.
And they're like, oh, this robot can love. He's not a robot. It's Mr. Krabs because he loves money.
My bad.
So they spare him. Yeah, they end pretty amicably, all
Wow.
things considered. I feel like he says something like, "Now you got to work overtime to cover my damages." Some sort of classic Mr. Krabs. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. In the other episode, he's like, "That penny's coming out of your paycheck."
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
The one that I put into your belly button. Yeah.
Hey, friend. Thump.
I bet somebody on the internet has figured out what his real net worth is, right?
Eugene
Mr. Krabs?
Yeah.
Yeah. He has a daughter.
Pearl.
Yeah.
On his 16th birthday.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What is that band called?
Boys Who Cry.
Boys Who Cry.
That could be us. They're wet.
Interesting.
Know what happens
Those are
when
some
they
wet
cry?
boys.
Isn't that's a Frank Ocean thing? Boys Who. Oh no, that's Boys Don't Cry.
Boys Don't Cry.
Boys Don't
Pimps
Cry is his label. That he
Is it really?
created. Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
They don't cry.
But these boys do.
Boys Who Cry. They need
the
foreplay when they cry. I
Nice.
did 3 with my hand.
I wonder if there's
officially-
a Boys Who Cry remix that we can find somewhere.
Mr. Krabs has earned over $2 million and has that money to his name.
It's not that crazy.
That's not that well.
No, it's not that well.
I mean, But
Not that well.
that's not a sentence, right? Whoops.
It's a sentence, all right.
Go back and put the bleep noise. Well, I mean, as a restaurateur,
Yeah.
like I feel like you're not making that big of money. It's because you usually
No.
once you start making money, then you become a franchiser. Like you buy a bunch of McDonald's or some shit.
Ray Kroc.
Well, he was the inventor. That's like I'm just talking about like
don't know.
somebody comes into you
Crack the
do pretty
McDonald's
well in insurance, and some people will use that money to buy a McDonald's franchise. They'll own, like, a bunch of
mean,
franchises.
that's why I was like, I don't understand why Plankton even wants it, because then he's gonna have the formula, but then he's this shitty bucket of a restaurant.
Yeah, you have the same.
where he's gonna have to figure
Bucket
out.
of chum.
Yeah, he's gonna have
what's
to
setting
figure
you
out.
apart.
I don't know. It's across the street from
Yeah,
it.
like
And it's
okay,
like-
cool. What's your end game there? Because it's like okay, cool. Now you have the same recipe as the better and interior decorated place across the street.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna undercut them.
Yeah.
Can we also talk about how the Krusty Krab, yes, better decor, but also it is a lobster cage, like a lobster trap. That's the shape of it.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Oh my God. Also, no. Yeah. No, it's too late. I've already started. I had a keychain as a kid.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
No, hear me out. It was a Krusty Krab keychain.
Oh, okay.
I loved this shit. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
And in the side, there was this little hole. And if you looked in the hole and held it up to the light, you could see it was like the inside of the Krusty Krab in like a little SpongeBob scene inside.
Right.
And then someone stole it from me in elementary school. And then I found it on their backpack weeks later. I was fucking pissed.
Damn, they were brazen about it.
Uh-huh. And I asked them, and they denied it.
What'd they say?
They said I didn't take it. And I was like,
So you beat the shit out of them.
no, I had my mom call their mom.
Oh, of course you did.
It didn't work out. I didn't get it back.
I wonder if Eliza Schlesinger was ever on SpongeBob.
Maybe.
Be interesting.
LeBron was on it.
Was he really?
Playing himself.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be funny if he was just like a voice actor.
Yeah. Yeah, he broke in.
He's uncredited.
Yeah.
Just a very unnecessary character.
Yeah. Or, I mean, if he was a basketball player, it would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't need him to play basketball. They just need his
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah. Or it would be cool if he did mocap for SpongeBob.
Yeah, they like give him a crazy dunk.
This is getting kind of out of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, did you ever we were talking about stealing.
Right.
You guys ever get caught stealing?
No, I rarely steal.
Caught stealing.
I stole a fork from the Cheesecake Factory this year.
Really?
Yeah.
He hasn't been able to stop thinking about it.
I love that song.
Stole a fork from the Cheesecake Factory.
No.
Wow.
That Drake song.
Which one?
It's
I
like,
stole a fork from the Cheesecake. Cups of the rose. I just stole a fork from the Cheesecake Factory.
Factory.
no, I think what's it? It's called Child's Play. I think he's like, "Why you fight with me at Cheesecake?
Cheesecake.
I
You know
love,
what?
love to go there. Say I'm acting light skin."
He's like, this is a place for fam.
Yeah.
That is funny though, because it's just like the man just wants to go to Cheesecake
Yeah.
Factory. Like,
Dude, that
he
song
wants
is
to
awesome.
Experience the giant menu.
That song makes me happy.
He wants to have like spaghetti and meatballs and chicken wings in this.
I think the song is about having like a sugar baby who's like starts freaking out at you, even though you're just trying to have dinner.
At the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
Why you fight with me at Cheesecake? You know,
Yo, if I had a sugar mommy who took me to the Cheesecake Factory, I might never leave that relationship.
You
Yeah.
could be the sugar mommy
Seeking
of a
cheesecake
wet boy.
arrangements.
If anybody's interested in being a wet mom.
Wet mommy.
Oh, a wet nurse.
Oh, I kept thinking this can't get any grosser, and then it kept.
Is wetter a word?
Wetter is a
Or
word.
wettest?
That's how Philadelphia people say water.
Wooder.
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 Is
Oh,
that what?
No, yeah, you go.
No, what the fuck are you saying?
Well, I never told. I was going to tell about how I got caught stealing.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't even
Go.
me who got caught. I got out.
You got
But my friends and I would steal from the same convenience store like every day.
right?
Like we would go in after school and we'd go to the same gas station and like steal. And it would be like, who can steal the most stuff? And so obviously by like day 4, it was pretty clear. Like we weren't hiding it. We would just kind of like walk in. No one would buy anything. And then a pack of us would leave. So by day 4,
Real great.
we all did it. Like we all stole. I would steal the same pack of gum every day. The Hubba Bubba, the squares.
What flavor though?
Oh, yeah.
Was it the red and blue? Because those were the best.
I think I just did the bubble.
Would
I
you do
think
the
I'm-
watermelon?
I think I'm a classic man.
I'm a classic.
I'm a classic, man.
Exactly. So day 4, I go in and grab my gum. I'm like one of the first people out, and I think the cashier just hit their breaking point. I guess they're just done because they like you can lock the doors from the inside, and that's exact like my all of the kids walked out. My last friend was walking out with like a cosmic brownie or whatever, and like went to do the door. And it was locked, and like turned towards the cashier, and he was like, "Not today. Like you're not getting out."
And then what happened?
The cops came.
Oh
Yeah. We all. I mean, that's what happened to him. We all fucking got out of there.
Did he rat you guys out?
No, he's a real one. Shout out.
Eliza Schlesinger. Thanks for Eliza Schlesinger. That is awesome. I love hearing stuff like that.
Yeah, he got arrested. They had to go bring him back. It was the gas station connected to a grocery store,
no.
so they had to like go back to the grocery store to like the security zone, and they said he made him watch the stealing on camera in front of his dad. You like watch it back in real time.
It's pretty tough.
Yeah. Like rubbing your dog's face.
Wait,
in
if they
the
had
feed.
security, so they saw you guys stealing it for
They're
sure.
like, everybody else is cool. Fuck that one kid.
This guy that we caught.
We're gonna get this last guy.
Gonna make an example out of
Yeah,
him.
we have all of the other one's faces.
Love that. Wait, so what did you guys do for Eliza Schlesinger after that? You suck his dick or something?
No, we treated him. We were
Just nice to him.
nice to him for like a week. We were young kids. Though. It
Okay.
didn't last long.
Wait, what year was this? Like 2008?
It's probably like.
Was this Obama's
6th or
first year?
7th
Obama's
grade.
first year.
How old are you?
That was
We were. How old are you in like 7th grade? Like
How old
12.
am I?
7th grade, you're like 11 to
You're
12,
probably
right?
even older than that. It's probably more like or younger. Probably like 5th grade.
12.
So you're like 10. It's like 2011.
Mm-hmm.
So mid
2011
Obama,
was 7th grade.
Yeah.
mid Obama presidency.
Yeah, he's starting his re-election.
There's some
campaign.
hope.
Yeah, exactly.
There's some hope.
Mm-hmm.
Some change.
Yeah. Well, which Yes We Can was 08.
The first one, yeah. Hope was the first one.
What was
right?
2012?
Oh, fuck if I know.
I think it was like
That was it.
It's like we got through the housing crisis,
yeah.
financial crisis.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thanks, Obama.
It was,
Yeah, it was
your
it was,
welcome tour.
It was you can thank me now. Like the
that was the name
Thank
of his
Me Later.
special.
yeah. It was a good song.
Is Thank Me Later Drake?
Yeah.
Wow. Big Drake Day.
This is a SpongeBob Drake podcast.
Kind of is.
We're
Really?
wet for Drake, who lost.
One of our good friends from college, his
Jada?
mom went to culinary school
In Paris.
and graduated 2nd in her class from like a very fancy Parisian culinary school. 3rd in the class, so right below our friend's mom, Giada De Laurentiis, if you know her.
I don't know
Celebrity
who the fuck
chef
that is.
Giada.
Celebrity chef. She says
Not
she
as
went
good as
over-
Cindy West.
Yeah, Cindy West is better. Shout out Cindy West.
Shout out Cindy West. Shout out Dorian West.
don't know
Shout
any
out
of these
Hillsborough
people.
Cheese Company.
The only one who is famous is Giada De Laurentiis.
Right.
She's got a show on Food Network. Whenever she says creamy, she says creamy.
Creamy.
Jeez.
It's very creamy.
Creamy boys.
Creamy boys.
I'm
Creamy,
getting
what?
pretty creamy, dude.
Yeah, I'm getting wet and creamy. Just thinking about. I worked. So the people, this woman who beat Giada, is our friend's mom,
Oh.
and her and her husband run a cheese farm.
Well, Cheese Company.
A cheese farm. They
Cheese
They have
farm
a
is-
yeah, a cheese company. Like they sell cheese. They make and sell cheese.
Why would you do that?
That's like their life.
Oh, that's
passion.
oh, they want to.
It's
Yeah.
damn good cheese.
and I mean, they like it's an awesome. Like they
I don't know why. My mind went to they're trapped into doing that for some
no,
reason.
like she.
I don't know.
Giada says, make my cheese.
Yeah, they put in a cage.
My bad.
Cindy.
Have
Make
to
it creamy.
have to make Gruyere. Have to make Kraft Chevron.
Make creamy Gruyere.
It's a good life. They're nice people.
Very great people.
Of course.
Buy Hillsborough cheese. For a while, I worked for them. I would sell their cheese at farmers markets.
Dom was a
Wait,
cheese
really?
boy.
Yeah, I was a cheese boy.
Straight up.
A lot of straight ups in this one. What else should I add to that? Should I get like a SpongeBob laugh?
For sure.
Ooh, that'd be.
I feel like I would use that sarcastically.
I would
If one of your jokes bombs, I'm gonna throw that on there.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I think we could always use a. Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, for
Air
sure.
horn?
Hip hop.
Yeah.
I can do a good Squidward laugh. You want to hear it?
Yeah. Oh, that is good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's pretty
Maybe we
good.
could just clip that.
I might clip that.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Let's clip it.
I'll clip it.
and I can
We
do.
can clip that.
This is in the episode, the hash slinging slasher, when they hear a mysterious noise and they don't know what it is, and then it's SpongeBob walking on the ceiling mopping. So it's. Wait, it's. Nope, I lost it. Fuck.
Dude. Whoa.
It's pretty accurate.
Why do you remember this?
It just stuck in my head.
That's
Also,
weird.
how can you do it? That's the thing.
Yeah.
Well, the is like you're about to spit.
It's very
You
Wet
don't do
Boys.
The whole thing, like you
It
just
is.
like,
It is.
you're like you're hocking a loogie, and then this is like you
I can't do the last part
clench your
though.
teeth, and you're like, yeah, you're basically. So then it's like. This is probably fun to listen to.
I mean, this is peak Wet Boy.
I like doing that.
Some,
I want to do that.
when my my dad or mom would be like doing work in our computer room when I was a kid, I would like come up behind them, and, like go up in the ear and go like, and they'd be like, stop.
Wait, do it one more time. Do it one more time.
I'd like walk up and just make like a gross noise.
Dude, annoying your parents when they're trying to do something is so funny.
Why are you doing this? I was like, because it's hilarious.
Because it's hilarious. Oh my god, that's so funny to me. I don't know why.
Dude, I loved bothering my parents when I was younger.
Oh, me too.
Just saying stuff.
I love bothering them now.
Yeah.
It's especially fun now because I've perfected the art.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, honestly, when it is my like nuclear family together, my mom, dad, sister, and I am peak annoying, but I do it only for myself to laugh.
Yeah.
And it's so good. Oh, we should go on like a world tour for it.
That's awesome.
But it'd only be us four.
I remember they used to be like, if you keep doing this, you're gonna end up like really stupid. And now it's like,
And who's laughing now?
yeah, now it's like, what are you gonna do? Have me go home? I guess. So,
I already am stupid.
yeah.
Who's laughing now, mom?
Mm-hmm. I have a podcast called Wet Boys. Stupid now.
Who's stupid now?
Yeah, I'm a fucking genius.
Maybe they're right. You guys like Zach Fox?
I love
Yeah.
him.
Zach, the singer, rapper,
Yeah,
comedian?
everything. He's the multi-hype.
I like that
great.
song that he made.
Which one?
Fafo.
Oh yeah.
I like Fafo.
I like Fafo.
Oh, I like how you say it.
That whole album
Fafo.
is incredible.
Is it good?
It's really
I only know Fafo.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I love him. He does everything so well. He had that show on Vice that was so good.
Yeah.
That-
What is it? I don't know what.
I don't even-
Was he in Atlanta?
No.
But he's from Atlanta.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. So all in all, a lot of people are trying to impersonate fucking Mr. Krabs, and I'm tired of it, dude. and
We're gonna put a fucking stop to it.
yeah, and the music. I mean, the music in that episode was good.
It was damn.
Beep, beep,
agree.
beep, boop, boop, bop.
The music in that show is just good.
Mm-hmm.
They knew the music department. They brought their A game
Yeah,
every single time,
it's facts.
and you hear that?
It's a fun song.
Somebody want to
Beep, boop, bop, beep,
somebody want to
boop.
start freestyle rapping over?
We're about to get Viacommed.
We're about to get
Viacommed, and they're about to get Wet Boyed.
How do we end this? That's a big.
True. How do we end an episode?
I don't know how to fucking end an episode, dude.
Fuck around and find out.
Tune
with
back in
Fafo.
next week.
Yeah,
There's gonna be a whole lot of shit
yeah.
turning up.
Dom is gonna cancel another celebrity next week.
I'm gonna cancel another already canceled.
He's going to
celebrity.
cancel a celebrity comedian
Tune
and a
in
celebrity
next week.
chef.
Where I take
Dalia,
on
Chappelle,
Mel
CK.
Gibson.
Jada first. Who is the next celebrity chef you're going to tear down?
Flay.
Ina Garden. Just
No,
kidding.
not Anna Garden.
She's amazing. I
Dude,
could
did you
never-
see her Cosmo that she made?
it's
Pandemic
amazing.
Cosmo? The Cosmopolitan?
Barefoot Contessa? She's
Oh,
she's,
she's
the best.
incredible.
Are you guys big fans of the Food Network? Because I don't know who any of these.
My
people
sister
are.
used to watch it all the time, so I just osmosis it.
Yeah, my mom liked
Right.
it, and I mean, still to this day, that was
Oh.
I love like cooking videos and Food Network. That was the hardest thing about being sick.
You know
Because I
who
would
I-
watch all these cooking videos and I'm like, I can't eat them.
Can you sing?
I can. I have the ability to.
Like, could you like?
No, I'm not a good singer. Matthew's a good singer.
You're a good singer.
Sure.
So that's how you know, because he won't. Like, yeah, he's good. He's classically
Are
trained.
you self-respected?
I am classically trained.
You're classically trained.
I am.
That's sick.
Yeah. It's fine. I don't know. Sick is a term for it.
Is that why you asked about starting a band?
Yeah, I want to start a band back.
Are you actually trying to start a band?
Very much so. I'm learning guitar right now.
If anybody
okay.
wants to start a band with Matthew,
Please, guys.
open invite.
I want to express myself musically. This podcast is just a vehicle for me to get to a band.
I totally get that, dude. I mean, that's kind of what we're all trying to do here.
That's what life's all about.
Yeah.
Well, what's everybody trying to start now? You know, crypto.
Social media accounts.
Yo, Plankton would be big with crypto.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like entrepreneurial. He's got a lot of inventiveness.
He's trying to funge the Krabby Patty secret formula.
He's trying to
For
fund
sure.
those tokens.
Yeah, I mean, why isn't Mr. Krabs just making it an NFT? Right, guys?
Ooh. All the wall art from the painting his
Yeah.
house episode, they're all NFTs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I forgot. Like, SpongeBob is still on the air. So, I mean,
I
they're
thought it
probably.
just recently ended.
Did it recently end?
Did it?
I thought it was still.
I'm not sure.
I mean, if it is, then that's like the kind of episode that they're tossing out there.
They're getting
True.
tropical.
Yeah.
An NFT episode?
Maybe.
Yeah.
They're like
and I
South
bet
Park.
Plankton's bitch ass is still dressing up like Mr. Krabs.
Right.
All right, so next week we're gonna watch another episode.
Yeah.
I don't know if the format's gonna be the same or if it's gonna be
It's gonna
different.
be very different. Probably.
It's gonna be fucking sick. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I think it's gonna. You guys are gonna like it.
I think it's going to be pretty wet.
It's gonna be wet as it gets. So be
Yeah.
sure to like and subscribe. Yeah, like and subscribe. Follow for more.
Is there a 9/11 in the Bikini Bottom universe?
I don't know. We know that there's been one in the Cars universe because there's TSA.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, wow. Is this like an established internet thing? Or did you just...
Yeah, that was it.
Okay.
That was how that
Okay.
I was like, that's so
So
clever.
if there's ever been a TSA episode in SpongeBob, we know.
Well, there's more of like a... I feel like it's more like revolutionary politics, like monarchy kind of vibes.
Yeah.
I mean, Plankton in the movie had one of the biggest acts of like bikini bottom terrorism we've ever seen.
Yes, hello. I was wondering if you could play that song again.
Which one, man?
The one that goes beep bop boop boop beep boop boop bop boop boop bop beep bop bop beep.
No, man, you're thinking of beep boop bop boop 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 bop.